Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are sweating in a car. People, that's right, we're back with another car vlog. I thought I would try it again. We're going to be mixing up the content this year. You'll get CJ at one point, you'll get car vlogs the other. You might just get me cutting about somewhere else. You just never know this season, and that unpredictability seems kind of wasted on a Rangers side that is pretty predictable so far this season, as we're obviously here to discuss Rangers 2, Greenock Morton 1. Ladies and gentlemen, and just right off the bat, I have now witnessed my side lose to Kilmarnock after a very faltering, flat pre-season. I've seen us struggle past Cedric Gittins punch bags in European football, and I've seen us comfortably rely on a second half comeback versus a side from the Championship whose combined age is around 457. When I tell you, people, that I have every confidence down to the depths of my soul that PSV is scared of us, I really mean it, people. And this is what this game is all about, ladies and gentlemen. We all had one eye on PSV, and I think some of the players had both eyes. If you actually watch the game, you know exactly what I mean by that. Is it was quite slow and pedestrian at certain points, and it certainly wasn't the game that I think a lot of people were hoping, or maybe even expecting it to be. Bit of a confidence builder, loads of goals, get us fit and firing ahead of what is a massive European night. It never was that. And if you watch yesterday's preview video, we did pay respect to the opposition we obviously played today. We have to do that as well here. I mean, this is aside from the Championship, they have 13 players, and I think one of their subs was David for Heart and Hand. That's how little they had to actually offer in terms of on and off the park regarding resources, people. But still, they came, they made it difficult, they stuck in, defended well. Everyone we discussed and broke down in yesterday's preview video, so give them respect for that. But at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, you watch it from a Rangers perspective, and by goodness gracious, the handbrake, which is located right here, people, felt like it was zone versus Greenock Morton, and that is strange to me. And if you watch yesterday's preview video, we talked about 5 players that I would like to see play in this game. Robin McCrory, can we start with that? It's just not looking good. If he's not even getting cup games, I know Michael Beale says he wants to try and build a bit of continuity and everything like that regarding the goalkeeping spot, but he's mix and matched these back four, so that doesn't really make any sense to me. I'm not trying to moan, but I do feel like it could have been a McCrory's game. I think the young lad, he deserves that. He's never put a foot wrong, and to have him sitting on a bench in a cup game at home versus Greenock Morton seems a bit to a slap in the face. And if I was him, I'd be maybe making some calls and being like, "Oh, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here." So I was a wee bit disappointed with Robin McCrory, but thankfully Butland did play because he was relied on a couple times with a couple big saves and a couple big moments he had to come out and rush. One mad moment, but we talked about that in his player profile. He will come out for things, people. The detriment and the excitement of the fans, and he had one iffy moment, but the rest was big for the big laddie. We wanted to see Sterling, and the Sterling Tavernier conversation has been something that's been kind of going around lately, and I get it because Tavernier has been that great coming outside over the last 18 months. I don't know if you can hear helicopters, maybe they're trying to arrest me for talking about this game again. We just never know, people, right? So Sterling Tavernier, Sterling got his opportunity at right back today, which I was pretty excited to see, and Sterling is what I said he was, or what I was expecting him to be. Very sound defensively, big powerful laddie, but nowhere near, and I mean nowhere near, the attacking threat Tavernier is. Even the biggest Tavernier hater knows what I'm talking about. Now you've witnessed it with your own eyes. So many opportunities for Sterling to put the ball in the mixer, and I didn't think he connected once. But again, I'm not going to sit and slaughter the laddie because that's who he is. That's what he needs to touch on, and that's what he needs to improve on if he's going to be a successful Rangers player. So everyone knew, tweeting and saying, "Oh my God, Sterling looks absolutely dreadful." No, that's just who he is. He's better defensively than going forward, and that's obviously something we can work on, and he can certainly Sani can learn for Tavernier. And I do think it's funny because you'll get some people saying Tavernier's dreadful at the back but good going forward. Sterling's dreadful going forward but good at the back. Isn't it ironic that Nathan Patterson was kind of just in between it? Do you know what I mean by that? But we'll move on for there. Sterling done alright for what he was asked to do, but it was the other side, the other fullback, that impressed me in certain moments and made sure this game was a successful one, and that's who I wanted to shout it right away. Big Yefko, or what we like to call him, Mr. Echo, lovingly right here on the channel. I called him that to his face before, and that's just something that we've kind of kept going since there. And he was massive with a phenomenal 94th, 95th minute tackle to keep us for winning this game. Greenock Morton We're relying on slide tackles in the last minute. What is happening, Rangers? It's freaking me a wee bit out, but aye, give him some respect for that. I thought he was very good on occasion, and at the biggest moment, that's when you're judged, when you pull on a shot like Rangers. And his biggest moment in the game, despite wee mistakes here or there, the biggest moment came, he saw a conquered Caesar would actually be proud. And aye, the midfield wasn't that great the day. I thought Lunny and Dowell, I just didn't like it. I like Dowell, as you know, and I like Lunny on occasion as well, which a lot of people get frustrated at me, but I just didn't like them playing together. I think the two of them want to be doing the same type of job, and it just never quite works out. And this kind of leads me to my bigger point here. I think I'm like 5 minutes in and I'm not even discussed any. I do apologise about that, but my biggest problem is the handbrake discussion. We've already mentioned it already in the channel, but for me, this was a telling case, right? I think this game, if you want it broke down very briefly, if you've not got time to watch the full video, it's the Dessers story, right? And that is a big story, and the story of the handbrake, because on one side of it, you saw us play the way you're expecting us to play, with the ball and the possession and every pretty start that is absolutely irrelevant besides the scoreline. But then we went 1-0 behind, and then we actually done what Michael Beale said he was going to do and play for Rangers, play without a handbrake on and put men in the box and start asking questions. We changed to a 3-4-3 or 3-5-2, whatever you want to call it. And I know the level of opposition's Morton, and I'm not being disrespectful, it's obviously lower than what we'll face all the time, but for me, what they offered us in terms of challenge, putting guys here, that is what we'll face 90% of the time. So for me, it's frustrating when I see us change to an attacking formation and create numerous chances, not only get back in the game and take the lead, but hit the bar, create 3 or 4 major opportunities after that, hit the posts after that. You're sitting saying, that's how we should be playing. See that 3-5-2, 3-4-3 with men in the box, actually people in there creating opportunities and popping shots. That's the way we were promised we would be playing, and that's frustrating for me, because that is the night and day in this Rangers team. You've got the slow, ponderous Rangers squad that we saw for the majority of this season, but we went behind in this game and we just came out and attacking. Again, not being disrespectful to Scottish opposition or anything, but that's how we should be playing. With the amount of money we're spent on players and the wages we pay and the financial, obviously, advantages we've got over 90% of the league, we should be playing with a bit more disrespect and just playing the attacking mindset. And that 50-minute spell where we done that, we looked great, but then Michael Beale changed the 4 at the back again, brought in young Adam Devine, and I'm not taking anything away for the young laddie, but we changed back to a back 4 to give a bit more respect and hold on to the lead. Greenock Morton, people at Ibrox, why are we slowing down and playing 4 at the back for free to make sure we win the game? I'm losing my mind. The best defence is a good offence, and that's a good thing to say, ladies and gentlemen, because we've no got a defence. Just look at the set piece, and as soon as we change back to 4, all the attacking and the bars, the post, my throat is nearly away. It all just died away, and Greenock Morton had 3 major opportunities to get back in the game. Mr. Echo, a slide one, and Kurt Broadfield had a major one at the last minute, and obviously Butlin kind of flapped at one, and that all came down for us being too pedestrian and being too cautious. And I just wish we get that out of our game, because we've shown we've got the players, we've got the attacking mindset to really put teams to the sword, but I just don't know why we do it. Maybe I'm absolutely ranting away and being stupid, and you can let me know in the comment section if I'm making sense about it. But that was the story of the game for me regarding the manager and the style of play. The other one was Big Dessers, and it's an interesting one, right? Because I know so many people have written this laddie off already. I mean, I see it in the comment section, I see it on Twitter especially. People were cooking this laddie at half-time, and I just never understood it, because naturally drifting in to the game recap, he scored a perfectly good goal the day. I know it looked like a foul in the original play, but when you watch it back, he's actually jumped at the wide. He's kind of palmed it, people, you know what I mean? The defender is expecting the touch, so he's already done the wide down. Dessers jumped at the wide and just helped him on his way. The guy's away knee sliding the Morton defender like he's Alfredo Morelos in his prime, and Dessers runs round the goalkeeper and scores. But the reason it didn't get checked by VAR, and I got a lot of tweets and everything, by God, it's roasting in this car, by the way. But the reason it didn't get checked in VAR was because the ref blew the whistle before the ball obviously went in to the back of the net, which isn't what the referee should be doing. When it is like that, he should be letting the phase of play out and then check VAR, because that's what it's there for, people. So the referee for me got that one wrong, and Big Dessers was robbed of a goal. And if you take that away from him, he had a great wee touch and swivel and a volley. It was great movement, great play. You think to yourself, there's the player I know. Just a phenomenal save by McDonald, who honestly saved that many shots in it. I went, is this guy Benjamin Button? How's he getting better as he gets older? Some of the shots that we fired at him, he should have turned it into a vampire for Buffy and just turned to dust, because they were absolute bangers hit him, and he is not exactly a younger freshman these days, but he was making save after save, so credit to him. Phenomenal save there. And also Desser's with his link-up play, he set up Rabbi Matondo, who I can't believe I spent 8-9 minutes of this video not mention Rabbi Matondo, because he sets Rabbi off and Rabbi sprints down the left-hand side, rounds the goalkeeper, puts it on, it's gone into the back of it and cleared off the line. Of course it's cleared off the line, it's a Rangers game, a football. And so you go into half-time, you're seeing Big Desser's getting absolutely slaughtered, and I just didn't get it, because he wasn't a ghost today, he was involved. I'm not saying he was great, but he should have had a goal. He should have had an assist if it wasn't for a great bit of defending for Greenock Morton, and he was involved and created or had opportunities. You know what I mean? If you're getting opportunities and you're missing them, that's still a thing, you're getting involved. It's the likes of Lammers, who you know I rate very highly. That boy looked like Patrick Swayze trying to chat up Demi Moore for the majority of that first half. I never even knew he was playing. People, I genuinely forgot he was playing, and that is a worry when he picks and chooses these types of games. So he should have been the one that was getting slaughtered at half time. No the likes of Dessers, but it's the kind of flavour of the month. People have their favourites, people have their minds made up. I get it. But in my opinion, some of the stuff that's getting said about Dessers is a joke. But in saying that, people, the boys conceded more penalties than he's scored so far, or was up to that moment, because Greenock Morton comes out in the second half, people, and they get a penalty kick. And it was a weird penalty, because I didn't think it was a penalty. Obviously, it's a bit of clever play by Kirk Broadfoot, showing his veteran experience. He's just wanting a touch there. You can see it, he's gone away for a goal. He's not turning and hitting that in a swivel. You know what I mean? I don't think you could hit it on a straight on. So he's wanting the contact, and Big Dessers, who's took a heavy, poor touch, is trying to overcompensate, and I think he connects with the ball in him, or him in the ball. I don't know, people, you correct me in the comments section. I thought it wasn't right, but I think if VAR has looked at it and gave it, I think that means there is contact on it, so I will hold my hands up saying it must have been a penalty kick. And the captain steps up, puts it away, and then you're thinking to yourself, by God, man, the only person who's looked good so far, besides moments for Dessers, is Rabbi Matondo. The Rabbi redemption, positive, pacey, getting involved. Again, no everyone was perfect, but he was trying, and he was beating his man constantly. And I think you need to give him a wee bit of credit as well. He's getting a challenge. He was bombed out the European squad. Tell this, he wasn't this or this, but he's fighting for his jersey, and I'd rather see that. I wouldn't like to see people's huff and puff and only be here for European football. I want to see people like Rabbi Matondo actually come in and graft. Guys like Hadji came on the park today and was fighting for his life. Why is Hadji not getting an opportunity at home to start versus Greenock Morton? People, look at the difference Hadji had, just a bit of anticipation and aggression, and he wants to perform. That's 90% of the ball. If you go in the park and you hear the whistle and you actually want to play rather than what you should be doing. So I was a wee bit frustrated with a couple of things, and I felt like Rabbi Matondo was let down by certain people in front of goal today. And for me, he continues to build up. Again, it wasn't a perfect performance, but he built his way up and up and up and up. And it was funny watching after about 30-40 minutes, the Morton manager changed the formation and started putting two men on Matondo. And I sat back and went, what? An opposition putting two men on a left winger at Rangers because they didn't need to worry about the right side having no pace. Where have I seen that before? Oh, aye, us over the last 5 years. It was exactly the same, and I do find it ironic, ladies and gentlemen, for a manager so obsessed with getting rid of wingers for wide tens and want them to cut inside and being this, and want to maybe get rid of all our wingers. Look at it, Scott Wright's gone as well, Sakala's already gone, Kent was moved on, etc, etc. For a manager who doesn't want wingers in his team, our most attacking threat and biggest positivity from that game for a large majority of it was Rabbi Matondo, who played like a winger. Every time he got forward, he wasn't cutting in and combining. He was running wide, putting chalk on the old bits, Neil McCann-esque, and putting balls in the mix. And he put three balls into the 6-yard box. One of them hit off a defender, went to the goalie. Again, a bit unluckiness. And the other two, he just dropped right in the money when nobody was actually on. I thought if Danilo was on, he's probably getting in amongst it, but we didn't have him on at that point. So I give him a wee bit of credit in that as well. But it was all about the response. After they took the lead, we went ahead and made some changes. We also hit the post, by the way, and I'm thinking, okay, we've had a clearance off the post. We've clearance off the line, we've hit the post, we've had a Golden header air the bar. We have done everything we need today to complete the Rangers bingo card, especially when you consider we conceded a set piece goal. But as soon as we made the subs, you know what I mean, I was confident of coming back. I should be at Ibrox versus a championship side, and its quality came on. But again, for me, it wasn't just about the quality that came on, it was the change in formation. It was putting boards in the mixer, and it was actually having players there. We had Danilo, Sima, we had them all in and amongst it. When Roof came on as well, he was an asset there, and you're just seeing players in the right positions, and that's what frustrates me as a Rangers fan, because that's how we should be playing, for the first whistle to the last, that way. right there. That's the blueprint to be a successful Rangers manager, to beat the boss teams. It's not hard to look at the ball and expect them to come out. It's that way we've seen it. So I'm hoping we've seen that today and saw how we go back into the game, saw us take the lead, man. That's how we should be playing. That's what we got promised when we got told we would take the handbrake off. And the goals end up coming. One of them from a penalty kick as well, which is quite ironic. And I'll be honest with this, I think this one's about as soft as the one that we gave away, if I'm honest with you. And I didn't really think it was a penalty kick at first, but I do get it. It's because Kirk Broadfoot's not looking at the ball when he's pulling the man. I understand it is a penalty kick. Kirk Broadfoot wins a penalty and also gives one away, and Dessers concedes a penalty, then steps up and scores it. We love balance right here. Thanos would be absolutely delighted, and Dessers steps up and takes it. And I don't know about you, and I didn't really want to mention this because it's going to be a wee bit of jump scare for anybody watching, but when I seen him step up and put the ball there, I got the exact same feeling in the noggin, the grey noggin, by the way, as I did when Morelos took it in the cup final versus Celtic. I went, oh no. Just one of those days. See when it doesn't go right for the striker and you have loads of chances and it's not going, I'm going, oh no. But to be fair, composed, gives the goalie the ice, a wee bit of the duke, and he puts it away, and it's 1-1 now. And at that point, you just knew what the score was going to be. And Big Dessers again gets up for the graft, puts the Morton captain on the deck, plays the ball beautifully to Danilo. Danilo cuts inside, plays it under the goalkeeper. He's shown his quality, but it's all again the industry stride, the Dessers who people are calling a donkey and this and donkey and that. Oh, we got rid of Morelos for Dessers. We never got rid of Morelos, people. Morelos got rid of Morelos. That's why he's sitting there afoot a new club. We need to stop romanticising it. He was a phenomenal player for us, and I get it, but he's not that guy anymore, or he'd have a club and he wouldn't be sitting on a beach trying to convince people that he'll stay fit and he'll stay professional. Dessers has something. We just need to get behind the big laddie and build him up that way, and it ends the game with a goal and an assist, in my opinion. You could argue a goal and 2 assists, but I'll leave that for yous to actually work out, and obviously had a goal that was incorrectly ruled out. And we had chances after that. Seema hit the bar, Hadji came on, had a couple of very good shots. We had major opportunities with Seema again when he cuts inside after sending one of them to the shops. It deflects up, and to be fair, it's just a phenomenal save for the Morton goalkeeper, McDonald. Again, you have to just hold your hands up sometimes. You can moan and complain and say it's crap, but it's very good goalkeeping for the veteran goalie. And again, after that period they played when we were dominating and peppering them with shots and it looked like it was going to be a 3, a 4, a 5, we changed back to the 4 formation, and like that, it killed the momentum stone dead in the last 2 opportunities of the game. Again, came for Greenock Morton. So that's my thoughts and opinions on the game. What about you? For me, man of the match, I'd probably say Rabi was the brightest spark, despite not being perfect. I would struggle to give anyone over a 7, if I'm honest with you. If I was being honest, I'd struggle to give anyone over a 7. Dessers maybe a 6 because he got a goal and assist. Rabi about a 6 because he was deposit. But it wasn't a great overall performance, and it certainly wasn't one of the performances I look at say, right, we've built the confidence, we're ready for PSV. But you just know this football club, we struggle in Europe. We struggle in domestically, people, and then we turn up in European nights. It's just the way it seemingly works out when we're not playing a PE teacher for the MLS at centre back instead of centre mid. It's just that way inclined. So that's how I feel about the game. We got at it. It was an ugly, sticky game. It could have been better. It should have been better, but it's just the sticky way we start the season off. Couple wee bright sparks, and Hadji for me again is fighting for his life. Let's give him an opportunity then. If he's playing like that, just start him, and if he fades away and he's crap, then you can move him on. But when I see a laddie come in and try like that, I just get behind them naturally. I don't know if you agree with me down in the comment section below, but for me, Hadji's shown more than a lot of them did for a large majority of that game. And that's all I've got to say about the game. And ladies and gentlemen, that's my thoughts and opinions. If you don't mind, let me know your thoughts and opinions. And again, if you hate this style of format, you never want to see this again, I'm just trying to mix up so you aren't always seeing the same stuff. You can let me know and I'll stop doing them, or if you do enjoy them, tell me as well, and I'll keep them going. But until next time, I've been CJ Norman 2. I'll see you on Monday or Tuesday for the European preview, people. It's going to be a big one. Take care of yourselves, all the best, and bye-bye.